A Legacy, the first in a classical series of men's devotionals, depict characters of men from the Bible who represent men of today. Some succeeded while others failed. There are those who are strong, yet some were weak. There is the spiritual and carnal, kings, paupers, princes, and patriarchs, all of whom men can identify with. They all left a legacy, whether it was positive or negative. What is your legacy?
Day 1. Adam was given the awesome responsibility of being ruler over his domain in a covenant with God, his Creator. Sadly, he relinquished his position by breaking that covenant in disobedience to God's command. Unfortunately, Adam's love for Eve exceeded his love for God. His failure to exercise his God-given power led to heartache, suffering, and death, which were the consequences of his disobedience. Prior to Eve's creation, Adam frequently met with God in the Garden of Eden. Therefore, it is evident that he had a personal relationship with God. However, he now had two people in his life and proved to be more loyal to Eve than to his Creator and friend by disobeying God's explicit command. Despite popular belief, Adam was the one responsible for Earth's tragic history and not Eve. God had given him all the instructions necessary to be faithful and informed him of the consequences of disobedience. He was aware of the penalty of Eve's disobedience, but because of his love for her, he consented to participate with her in sin. When a man loves a woman more than he loves God, there will be heartache and suffering, which were the results for Adam and his wife. Unfortunately, all men undoubtedly inherit deadly legacy. Adam was responsible for all of Earth's creatures, including Eve, who was most precious to him, and he did not want to see her suffer the penalty for her disobedience. Had he realized the matchless love of God, he would have known that God would have sacrificed his only Son, Jesus Christ, just for Eve. When men understand the love of God, they will apply the first and greatest commandment of all to their lives. He was responsible. Just as Adam as ruler over his domain, so are all men responsible to take care of the earth and all of God's creatures. Men are not released from this responsibility and will ultimately be accountable. They are to be the head and not the tail, as Adam became. If men are not living up to their responsibility, they will ultimately suffer the consequences. You don't have to suffer the consequence of Adam's legacy. You can reclaim his position he relinquished. God has already made provision for you to be reconciled to him, as he did with Adam. The good news is that, as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive.